Okay. Welcome. This is December 1st. I can't believe we're in December already. 2020. 7 p.m. on a Tuesday night. This is number 6 out of 10 that we're doing. And thank you for being here, whether you're live or in the recording. You get the same energy, the same power, the same magnificence. Your presence has the same effect as well. So thank you for being here. I want to talk a few minutes about what we're doing and why we're doing it, why you're here, or why I'm here. This is an experiment that I've crafted to see what use I do a lot of we's. Apparently my group is here with us as well. So it's an experiment to see what we can do with refills of Reiki energy, how it affects motivation, how it affects the joy that we move through life, the ease that we have, the ability to navigate through fear and through drama in our life. Ideally allows us to rise above all of those things, to get more out of this human experience and more of the joy we have access to. The end result after all this is done hopefully will be a package that I can put together to offer people, or instruction that I can offer people, these videos that can be replayed over and over again. Ideally, we want you to be able to feel the shifts in your life as you refill, whether you're, again, every Tuesday night or whether you listen to it over and over again. I've had some amazing feedback already, and I appreciate your contribution to that, and that's what I ask for. If you can give me feedback, so I can build that into whatever comes from this. I think one of the things that's really affecting our lives these days is that lack of life force, that depletion of chi. I have a good friend of mine, an acupuncturist physician, who used to say that we go into the physical effects of depletion of chi when we get down to 40% of our capacity. So if you think about that, even when we don't feel bad, we probably still have a long way to go to be full. And it's not often in our life that we feel full, and we can deplete very, very easily. Ruminating thoughts burn or use twice as much chi as physical activity. I know for me, I've experienced it really greatly, especially the last few days. It's been an intense, beautiful eclipse and full moon on Sunday night into Monday. I was able to do an amazing ritual to make a list of things that I want to release and let them go, make a list of the things that I want to bring in, and and call them in, and also make a list of promises, commitments that I've made to myself. And all 3 of those things separately got to be put into the fire pit to add energy to it on Sunday night. It was absolutely beautiful. In meditation, I got some amazing gifts and a huge expansion and new awareness, and it was absolutely beautiful. And yesterday I felt pretty good. Today I felt like I had been hit by a Mack truck. And it was being in that expanded energy, that new place, but then trying to occupy that new space with the amount of energy I had. So we're constantly upping our capacity. So with that, the need to continually increase our level of life force, our level of chi, that comes in. So there's no set point for it. We have a functional set point, we have a functional level, and then we have the meta-functional level, where we want to get to, how we go, where we go to experience the joy of life. And the more we experience the joy of life, the more we expand. That capacity gets greater and greater. So it's never an end. So I did find that the one thing that helped me feel better today was actually to do a session with a client. So I got to be in that space, got to be in the expansion, got to have the energy flow through me, connect with Creator, and receive while I was giving a session. So I walked out of there feeling 10 times better than when I went into it. So it was, I love that. That's one of the reasons I love the work that I do. So just know that, sometimes it can get frustrating. It's like, I felt good yesterday. Why am I not feeling good today? Well, yesterday you may have done some amazing growth. So when you were full yesterday, you're not full anymore. A, because you did the growth, and B, because there's more space to fill. So it's a constantly changing thing, and to take the judgment or fear that you're stepping backwards out of the situation, and just if you ever have a question about what to do, fill up. That's the first thing to do. And then after you fill up, then ask the question again to see what answer you get. And if you still don't get an answer, fill up some more, and fill up some more, and fill up some more, and spend, those questioning times during your day checking in and filling up, even if it's just for a minute, to keep the meditation that we do on your phone, so you can just listen to it for a few minutes, or even remember it, and that will take you back to the space so that you can utilize that energy again. That energy can come to you whether you're listened to the full thing or not. If you just remember how you feel during the meditation, or remember some of the concepts or words that we spoke, the images that we spoke during the meditation, you can actually recreate it without having to do everything. Now, that may be a Band-Aid. It may not get you through 2 and 3 and 4 weeks of intense family drama or work or giving and giving, but at least you get you through the day, or get you through the hour. And it's a step-by-step process, because it's constantly changing. So just want you to be aware of that, and give you some new tools. So we're gonna, let's see, what are we gonna do today? I want you to find a comfortable spot. We're gonna go ahead and go into meditation. Turn your lights down if you want to, close your eyes if you want to, whatever feels best for you. And as we get to the end of the meditation, then I'll do the Reiki refills to you, and I'll do them as I have been, 2 different ways. And, so you can get the fullest experience, and the micro and the macro. So you get it at all levels, and then you get it at specific points. So hopefully we fine-tune you enough that you can start to feel the difference in those 2 things. So thank you. Okay, so nice, easy, full breath. And normally we start just being aware of our breath, but we're going to go into a nice, full breath to start. So your chest expands with the breath, your belly expands with the breath, and as you exhale, everything releases. So make it an action. Full, 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 and then release. And if you want to, sometimes it helps to make a little noise. Hear your inhale, and then sigh it out on your exhale. We really want to get the breath moving through the body. It's much more active than we normally start. Shoulders back with the inhale, chest out, Buddha belly, and then relax with the exhale as everything contracts and everything releases. Again, big inhale, shoulders back, chest up, belly pooched. And then exhale. We're going to do one more. We want to make you have a Thanksgiving belly. The way too much turkey and carbs and all the fabulousness. So your belly pooches out And if you have buttoned up pants, like you would have to unzip and undo your pants, so to be comfortable. So inhale, big poochy belly, chest out, shoulders back. Inhale a little bit more, and then a big exhale. So what that's doing is not only moving the breath through your body, but it's actually allowing your muscles to release and relax. So your shoulders ideally will feel a little less up in your ears. Your back got a little bit of movement. The muscles in your back can relax a little bit with that. Your nervous system got to shift and change a little bit. Hopefully, if you had any anxiety or had any anxiousness or hyperness, then maybe it got to calm down a little bit. Physiologically, if you do 10 deep belly breaths, it actually changes your nervous system from fight or flight into relaxation. So that's a great anxiety tool to remember. So see how your breath feels now after doing those. Now just follow it the way we normally would and see if it goes any deeper. And this week, I want you to pay attention to your breath when you can. I know I tend to wake up all tight and creaky in my neck and shoulders, and if I do a couple of those breaths first thing, then it helps me loosen up and helps everything start to open up. One of the commitments that I made to myself during on my promise list was to move more every day, and that's what I'm trying to do in the morning, and I would encourage you to do that, whatever that looks like for you. I actually started to do a video series that I've seen on Facebook called Body Groove. It's a subscription service, and it's free form dance. So I've started to do that first thing in the morning, and that gets me moving, and it feels great to have that fluidity and breath and without structure. I don't do well with structure on those kind of things, so it's so far it's perfect for me. But I encourage you to move. So just feel into your breath. Okay. Feel your body in the position that you're in. Where's any tightness? Where are you holding some rigidity? What part of your body? Is it your tailbone, your back, your shoulders, your neck, your knees, your feet, your hips, that needs a little extra attention, a little extra love? So we want to visualize the breath as you inhale going to wherever that place that's calling your attention. For me, in the position I'm very aware of my tailbone, my coccyx and my sacrum. And that tends to be where I hold a lot of tension anyway. And, that's related to root chakra and sacral chakra. So those are two that I'm constantly working on. The area of my life that I'm working on right now is being human, being more connected to the earth. I'm really good in the spiritual realm and in the woohoo stuff, but learning to be human and to navigate that and to express my emotions and to allow myself to be vulnerable. And that's all sacral and root chakra work. So just send a little love, a little breath to those two areas, or wherever you are, whatever areas are calling out to you. And what we mean by that is imagine that your breath is an extension of your unconditional love of self, and maybe even a greater amount of unconditional love of self than you normally express. So let's up that game a little bit. And you're sending that unconditional love to whatever part of your body is sending a pain signal or an alarm to get your attention. pain is just an indicator that there's an out of balance situation that needs some attention. So just send that love, that acceptance, that release of judgment to whatever part of your body is calling you. There we go. And just imagine it unwinding and leaving your body and going down into the earth to be cleansed and cleared and released again. So we're going to visualize our breath with every inhale, moving throughout our body, hitting all those spots that are calling your attention. Clearing away the cobwebs, clearing away any dust and restriction and old patterning that no longer serves you. So just breathe into that. And every place your breath goes is another act of love for yourself. Every place your breath, like the breeze, moves through, touches you with love. And every place that your breath moves through your body and releases anything that doesn't serve you anymore, anything that's not really yours, anything that you've taken on from somebody else, any life lesson that you don't need to learn. That release is an act of love. And when we release all of those things that aren't us, we get to figure out who we actually are. And that is the most beautiful discovery process. To know that you are truly the kind, gentle, compassionate, artistic, creative, expressive, dynamic, strong person that you hope to be. You really are, once you clear out all the stuff that you're not. So it's all an act of love, that discovery process. So just keep breathing. And every breath that you take in brings in more and more and more of that. So while you keep breathing and while you keep moving the breath through your body and getting rid of the things that you no longer need and flushing away those cobwebs and that dust and all the parts of you that you haven't used in a while or that you've never really used. It's releasing all the things you think you should be and coming into who you actually are. So while you see that happening through your body, and if it helps you, I know the visualization, sometimes it helps to give that a color. So bring that breath through your body with a color. Something either dynamic and fiery like red, or calm like blue, heart-centered and beautiful like pink or like green, yellow like heat of the sun, whatever works for you. And while you do that, I'm going to do your refilling. So just sit back and relax and love on your body with your breath. Okay. Gently start to bring yourself back into the room. If you got any images that you want to remember, you might want to jot them down. If you got any sensations that feel good, then you can jot those down or share with us after we finish with this part. Or if you have any sensations that don't feel good, and you want to share that as well. So, if you have any comments that you want to share, we're going to talk after I turn the recording off, but if you have anything that you want to share to me personally or just have it written down, you can do a notification. You send me an email, send me a text, or do a notification on my website, which you can reach at infiniteresonanceTherapy.com, or J2O, which is the letter J, the number 2, the letter O.life, which stands for Journey to Oneness. This, as it has been every week and will continue to the end of the year, is a free event. If you'd like to donate, that's greatly appreciated, but not necessary. Your presence here is a gift. Any feedback you have is icing on the cake, so I appreciate that. But if you would like to do any financial support, just let me know and I can send you my links for PayPal or Venmo. So that one was a little bit different, and it was very interesting because before we started, I had absolutely no idea what we were going to do. So, but now that I'm looking at the crystals I was holding and the cards that I pulled, I see the theme, and I love how we get divinely guided to where we're supposed to be without having all the pieces. And that is my process of learning to trust that, to come in and say, I know that I'm here and you're here, and we're supported and we're guided, and we get everything that we need just by being here and trusting. So I appreciate that. If you'll give me a minute, I'm going to turn the recording off and I'll unmute, so if anybody has anything that they want to share, that we can. And then, let me share the cards first before I do that, so that'll be on the recording. And so these are the 2 crystals that I had in my hands. So these are chrysocolla hearts. And the heart spoke to me before I knew that the theme was about love. So I think that's so cool. Chrysocolla is the heart and the throat chakra. It helps one show their vulnerable feelings toward others. It creates world and inner peace. I love that. So as above, so below, the macro and the micro again. Helps you recover from violence from another partner and lowers PMS symptoms. The affirmation is, I am at peace within. So, some of you have heard me say, I get a lot of my crystals from my beautiful friends at Loving Thyself Rocks. These are some of their chrysocolla hearts, and they also do up these beautiful cards to explain the crystals and what they're all about. You can actually buy a deck of those and use them like you would an oracle deck. So when I checked into cards to pull for tonight, I didn't understand the theme, but somebody gifted me 4 Doreen Virtue decks. And if you don't know Doreen Virtue, you can Google her. She was really big in the New Age and spiritual community, and in 2017 she pulled herself out of it. She became a born-again Christian and has now really distanced herself from the work that she used to do. But I think her stuff is very, very valid. I love a lot of her stuff. She works a lot with angels and dolphins and mermaids and fairies and all that beautiful magical energy. But this deck is her romance deck. This is the Romance Angels Oracle card deck. So that's where we pulled from tonight. So the first card that we got was Children. your love life is being affected by children. So whether yours or somebody else's or something else, see if that resonates for you. And you may not resonate with all. I get pulled 4 tonight. 4 came out. So you may not resonate with all 4, but see if at least one makes it for you. So the next card is express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So if you're holding back, that's part of that. Chrysocolla is making yourself vulnerable to others. The next one is unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Knowing when to leave is one of the hardest challenges we have, because we keep hoping that it'll work itself out. And then the last one, I think we all need this, is retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Can you see that? So, see if any of those resonate with you. That was a very interesting, I hadn't used that deck before. So, okay, so I'm going to turn the recording off, and then I'll unmute everybody, and then we can talk, okay?